What is reproductive system? The reproductive system is a group of organs and structures in the human body responsible for producing offspring and assuring the continuation of the species. It plays a key role in sexual reproduction, which involves the union of male and female sex cells, such as sperm and egg, to form a new life. This system includes our primary internal sex organs, such as the gonads, like testes and ovaries, the various sex hormones they secrete, and the gametes, such as the sperm and egg they produce. It also includes the glands, duct, external genitalia, and particular brain parts that help the gonads and gametes do what they need to do.
Let's start with the external organs. First, the penis. This is the male sex organ responsible for delivering sperm into the female reproductive tract. At the tip is the glans penis, a sensitive area often covered by the foreskin, also known as the prepuce. Below the penis is the scrotum, a sac-like structure that protects and supports the testicle and keep them slightly cooler than body temperature, ideal for sperm production. Now, for the internal male reproductive organs, the testicle or testes are two oval-shaped glands that produce sperm and the hormone testosterone. Next, on top of each testicle is the epidermis, a coiled tube where sperm mature and are stored. Sperm then travel through the vas deferens, a muscular tube that carries them upward. Along the way, the seminal vesicle adds a nourishing fluid to help form semen. The prostate gland, located below the bladder, adds a thick alkaline fluid that helps sperm move efficiently. The bulbourethral glands or corpus gland secrete a clear fluid to clean the urethra before ejaculation. Finally, the urethra runs through the penis and serves as the passageway for semen to exit the body.
Inside the testes, sperm is produced in tiny tubes called seminiferous tubules. The process is called spermatogenesis, and it takes around 64 to 74 days to complete. Spermatogenesis occurs in three main phases. 1. Proliferation, mitosis, spermatogonia, stem cells, divide to produce primary spermatocytes. 2. Meiosis. The primary spermatocytes divide into secondary spermatocytes, which then divide again to form spermatids. These are haploid cells with half the number of chromosomes. 3. Spermiogenesis. Spermatids mature and transform into spermatozoa, mature sperm cells, with a head, midpiece, and tail for motility. Mature sperm then move to the epididymis, where they are stored and gain the ability to swim.
Next, I will explain female reproductive system, the main organ and how they work together in the reproductive process. Let's begin with the external reproductive organ, which is called vulva. It includes the labia majora and labia minora, which are skin fold protecting the internal organ. You will also find the clitoris, a highly sensitive part involved in sexual arousal, and the vaginal opening, which lead inside. Now, let's take a look inside. The female reproductive system includes 5 major organs: vagina, cervix, uterus, fallopian tube, and the ovaries. This is the vagina. What is vagina? Vagina is a muscular canal that connects the cervix to the outside of the body. It serves many roles, including childbirth and menstrual flow. Above it is the cervix, the narrow opening to the uterus. It expands during the childbirth and produces protective mucus. Next is the uterus or womb is where the fertilized egg implants and develop during the pregnancy. Its lining, the endometrium, thickens each month in preparation for a possible pregnancy or shed during the menstruation. This is the fallopian tube. On each side are the fallopian tube where the fertilization usually happens. They transport the egg from the ovary, which produce the both egg and hormone like estrogen and progesterone. On each month, one ovary releases an egg. This process is called ovulation. If the egg meets a sperm in the fallopian tube, it may be fertilized and travel to the uterus to implant. If not, the uterus lining sheds during menstruation, starting the cycle again. The female reproductive system plays an essential role in reproduction, hormone, and health. Understanding it helps us appreciate how the body works and why health education is matters.
Next, I'm gonna explain briefly about the female reproductive system's physiology, which consists of menstrual cycle and fertilization plus pregnancy. The menstrual cycle is a monthly process that prepares the female body for pregnancy. It usually lasts about 28 days and has 4 main phases. First is the menstrual phase. This is when the uterus sheds its lining, resulting in a period. It typically lasts 3 to 7 days. Next is the follicular phase. During this time, the brain releases a hormone called FSH, which helps the eggs in the ovaries to mature. As the eggs grow, they release estrogen, which rebuilds the uterine lining. Around day 14 comes ovulation. A spike in LH causes a mature egg to be released from the ovary. This is the most fertile time of the cycle. Finally, in the luteal phase, the empty follicle becomes the corpus luteum, producing progesterone. This hormone thickens the uterine lining in case of pregnancy. If no fertilization occurs, hormone levels drop. This means that the linings break down and a new cycle begins. Fertilization and pregnancy are fascinating processes that begin when a sperm cell meets an egg cell. Each month, during ovulation, one of the ovaries releases a mature egg into the fallopian tube. If sperm is present, usually from sexual intercourse, fertilization can happen. This occurs when one sperm successfully penetrates the egg's outer layer. At that moment, the egg and sperm combine their genetic material to form a single cell called the zygote. So, the zygote then begins a journey through the fallopian tube toward the uterus. As it travels, it divides and grows, becoming a tiny ball of cell called blastocyte. This process takes up to 5 to 7 days. Once it reaches the uterus, the blastocyte implants itself into the thickened uterine lining. This is the beginning of pregnancy. After implantation, the body starts producing a special hormone called HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, which helps maintain the uterine lining and signals the body to stop the menstrual cycle. From this point on, the developing baby is called an embryo. Around 8 weeks, it becomes a fetus. Throughout pregnancy, the placenta forms and provides nutrients and oxygen to the fetus when removing waste. A full-term pregnancy lasts about 9 months or 40 weeks. During this time, the fetus grows and fetus develops into major organs. Finally, the baby is ready. Labor begins and childbirth takes place through the vagina or by cesarean section, if necessary. In summary, fertilization is the union of sperm and egg, and pregnancy is a complex, carefully regulated process that follows, supporting the development of a new life.
In conclusion, the reproductive system is one of the most vital systems in the human body. It allows for the creation of new life through the process of reproduction, ensuring the survival of the human species. Both male and female reproductive systems have different structure and roles, but they work together to achieve a common purpose. Learning about the reproductive system also helps individuals understand their own bodies better, promotes reproductive health, and prevent disease such as infection or infertility.